Alrighty then, folks. Hello there, and welcome back to something or another Zeon. I'm not exactly sure. But I did kind of fuck up in that this is the second time I'm going at this, because I kind of messed up and forgot to include these guys. Would have made that battle a lot more difficult than it needed to be. But yeah, so the dops aren't going. I didn't deal with the flyers over here, but we're just gonna ignore them. It should be fine. So yeah, we're pretty much perfectly defended over here because there's really nothing the Federation can throw at us, or that we're actually got to worry about. Castle Zeon, not the Federation, but it's really nothing you can throw at us that'll really affect us too much because we have aquatic units. In fact, we start with Gogs, which is nice, and some Act guys. We'll be reinforcing them eventually, but these guys are not for over there. They're for attacking Hawaii, possibly. Besides that, though. 1 second. My bad. My neighbor's barbecuing. It smells horrible. Yeah, so we're sending Big Zom, I think 1 over here, 2 over there. And then from there we'll grab Aboku. We need the firepower over here, but Big Zom will completely wreck people in Luna 2, so it should be nice. Because the Federation has mostly beams, whereas Zeon does not. So yeah, we'll go and grab that, and then we'll go to Luna 2, grab all that, and then we'll move down, grab all of their other junk, and then we'll hold the atmosphere. And holding the atmosphere will take forever. And then after that, we'll hold these two, because we can't take Granada. And the AI is not going to go around and grab this for whatever reason. But, oh, yeah, so heads up if you don't know. This is Von Braun City, and this is the light side of the moon / Von Braun City, and this is side 6. Both during the 1-year war, being the Federation and the Zeon campaign, they both declared independence. And if you occupy them as either of those campaigns, you get a ton of bad boy points for doing it, and it's a complete waste of time, because being evil is stupid in this game. But in this one, I think we can grab them for free? I'm not exactly sure. But we do start a little bit good. But yeah, being evil is kind of stupid. Like, you can steal resources every turn, but once you get to 0 or full chaos, your units go into, I think it's called a riot mode, where you can't produce anyone and you can't attack anyone. So you have to stand there for 3 turns. It's like, yay, I can steal resources. But, like, for being full good, you get 10,000 credits, 10,000 resources, and 2 weeks of production, or 2 days of production for free, every 10 turns. I value that a lot more. The only campaigns where being evil is actually good is the Axis Zeon and then the Glemmy Zeon, because those ones you need to be evil to get Peru clones. And having 14 new types, totally worth being evil for a little while. And the cool part about this game is you can be evil for like the 10 turns leading up to getting the Perus, and then they don't leave you. Some units will leave you if you become too bad. Like, I think if we go full good in this one, Amuro will join us. And then if we go to less than 600 good points, he'll leave us. Or Amuro will join us, and if we go to less than 600, he'll leave us. But we'll be mostly full good. You generate good points for just existing, so it's pretty easy to get those up. But it generally takes about 40 turns to get to full from where we start. Yeah, so we're leaving 2 guys down here because we won't get attacked in Mexico for a while. We should be fine over here. So we're going to go grab up here. Because I'm aware of it now, we're going to throw some Magellans in a Zanzibar because it'll be easier to get around. Along with Rumble Rawl's Dom. Yes, he gets his custom Dom in this one. Rumble Rawl gets a bunch of custom stuff. Garma doesn't get shit. In the older games, you'd get up to like a custom Gelgoog and shit, but not in this one. Kozin in a Gauf custom. And then there's some normal Gaufs. We're actually going to grab these guys and give them flyers, but we're going to take their flyers off when combat starts. The reason for that is now they're mobile, and we need that. Are there any Gaufs down here? There are not. We do have a Gao here, though. They only carry 3 units, though. Bottom right, you can check how many units the unit can contain. Next to that is what territory they're good in. This is a Gao, so it flies, so it gets a bonus everywhere. But I believe it's ground. Only one I can tell off the top of my head besides space and land is the second to the one to the right, which is Umi. 2 over is Arctic or deep land. Yeah. Despite actually speaking Japanese, I'm very bad at it. I don't read very fast either. That's why I don't generally read on screen. But yeah, so we're moving everyone out there. We're moving to attack this and then possibly this. So it should be interesting. But I'm pretty sure we've done everything besides give a speech. Giving a speech gives you a little bit more morale, but since we just started, our morale actually starts out pretty well. So it's not a big deal. Morale and fatigue are two modifiers that don't really affect things until they affect things. Having high fatigue means you're completely useless. Having high morale means you're likely to get a melee attack. We're outnumber the enemy. We're 22, they have 13. As far as enemies go, they got some Zegox, stack of Dops, 2 Pezun Dwadages and an Action Zaku, and then a stack of Gaufs. Not too bad. Yeah, so nobody controls up there, so we don't have to worry about reinforcements. And it looks like they didn't send any reinforcements, so we're all fine there. As far as here, we're gonna grab these guys, go grab that. We're gonna grab this gal, these flyers. So we have a Lugan here. These things are scouting planes, basically. They can scan up to 5 tiles, I believe. Scanning's really useful because without an unscanned unit, see how these guys are gray? That means they're unscanned. You have a 60% chance to hit them with the ranged attack and a 40% chance to hit them with a melee attack. So you want to scan everything you can. I used to not believe in scanning, but scanning is very useful. So having Lugans and stuff is a necessary evil. Oh, okay. So, you can't change them after you move them, but at the start of every turn, if there's a flyer, you can take off the flyer. With... Oh, well, we've moved everyone already, so I can't tell you. But there's a button to it, and I'll show you next turn. But the enemy is going to be kind of stupid, and they're not going to load up their Zanzibar to move forward. They're just going to move everyone forward. Or maybe they might load... Did they load up their Zanzibar? They did. If we shoot down their Zanzibar, which is going to be kind of an issue, because none of our units hit particularly hard right now. But if we could shoot down their Zanzibar, we would do half damage to everyone in there. So everyone in there would go down to half their HP, since they're all at full right now. Yeah, so we're going to move our Zanzibar up. We're going to move our Gao right next to our Zanzibar. Actually, we're going to move you forward a little bit. We're going to grab you. So as far as the button goes, this is the special abilities tab, or the special tab. This one is spread particles, which the Lugan can do apparently. And this one is transform. So we can make them into non-flyers, which means they get all the benefit from being on the ground. When they're on their flyer form, they don't get any terrain benefit, so they're 25% or more likely to get attacked. So you don't want them to be there if you don't have to be. But yeah, so what we're going to do here is we're going to spread particles. These are Minovsky particles. They basically pull radar waves out of the air around them, which means they're really, really good for hiding what you're doing. Since we control both of these bases and we're moving on a supply line, we get bonus movement, but these guys are moving through mountains, so they don't. But these Dops are going to get fairly close to us. Like, I believe they're going to be, like, right here. So, yeah, we got to be a little bit careful. But we spread particles around these guys, so we have a little bit of cover. We're actually going to spread with these Lugans, too, because we can. Oh, nope, that was transform. I was definitely not paying attention. Yeah, we're going to spread with the Lugans just because we can. And, like, why not? Yeah, so these Dops are going to get close, these Gaufs are going to follow behind, and then the Zanzibar is going to come up. Hopefully we don't have to deal with these Pezun Dwadages just yet, because those guys are scary. But yeah, those are also, like, turn 10 tech, and we're like, or tech level 10 tech, and we're tech level 5 right now. Because, you know, the AI doesn't cheat or anything. Yeah, so we're just going to end the turn here. Oh, they can attack us. That's not good. We have cover, though, so it should be fine. Oh, and never mind. Okay, so these two Dops broke into 2 groups to attack us. I thought, like, one of these guys were attacking us. We gotta worry about these guys, not about these guys. I do wish we scanned them first, but, you know, fuck it. So this here is the Zanzibar. It's a heavy transport carrier. Or assault transport carrier. But here's the thing, it has a ton of HP where mobile suits can't take it down in one turn. Dops do maybe a third the damage that mobile suits do, so it's not really an issue. Do Flight Gout, or do Gauts have a 2 attack range? So if you'll notice there's weapon data, attack, hit, range. The range 1 to 2 means they can attack 1 space away, or 2 spaces away. If there's a 0 there, it's a melee. But don't worry about it, it's that's the Dobai missiles, the flyers being, the big red things being Dobais, they're the flyers. They fire missiles, even though they look like they have beam emitters. We could theoretically range down these guys since they have a 2 attack range, and it might not be a bad idea. But I think we're gonna take down these guys and then wait another turn where we spread a bunch of particles to just be dicks. But Dops only have a 1 attack range, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab these guys to go shoot at that one. Oh, do you guys... Yeah, you guys don't have Magella cannons. Okay. That kind of screws up my plan a little bit, but not by much. So, how do we want to do this? We're gonna move this Zanzibar back to here. Zanzibars have a 3 attack range. We're gonna move this guy up to here. We're gonna have this Gao... first we're gonna have them spread particles, and then we're gonna have them fire. They get a little bit of particle cover, but it's not a big deal. You can, if you get good enough at the game, you can just generally figure out where the enemy's going to be and stop it from getting any particles on them. But I wasn't paying enough attention. And something in here has a 2 attack range. Apparently the reformed Dwadage does. So this is the Dwadage Kai, but it's the reformed Dwadage on the wiki. This is a double Zeta level tech. I don't know why we have it, but we have it. And that is by far the most advanced thing in our army. I don't care what the visual novel says. Rumble Rawl's Dom is not the most advanced thing. But then again, I brought that up with him literally every time he posts a video about it, and he has yet to change it, so that's his problem. We also majorly failed that attack. Holy hell. I should have had somebody else attack it, but my bad. But then again, they're Dops, so I really don't care. Yep, whatever you want to say, Hammond. So, how combat goes is, we have a turn, they have a turn, we have a turn, they have a turn. There's 5 of those till the battle... The battle doesn't end, but it goes into a separate phase. And those are 3 Gao phase. Not really anything to worry about, to be honest. Those are Gaups with bazookas, so they don't even have heat rods, so they're not good at melee. I use those primarily because I have horrible luck with melee. Horribad. Like, it's horrible. And I'm emphasizing horrible because it is. Like, I'm the worst with melee ever. So these are the ones with the Magellan cannons. So if you see on the right, they have the unit cards. The top one is HP, the one below that is energy. Or supplies, as I usually call it. Because a lot of people complain and say that mobile suits run indefinitely. They don't. They both run out of reactant, which is neutronium, and they run out of propellant, which allows them to maneuver and everything, and move for the most part. And this game kind of capitalizes on that. But yeah, these guys don't have Magellan cannons, though. So we're going to have these guys go over here and shoot at this guy, the Zanzibar here. We're going to have you move. You're going to scan. So these are Gao phase. Nothing really to worry about, to be honest. They have a lot of HP, but that's about it. So we're going to kind of ignore them for a good while. We're going to have these guys go over here, go after that guy. What do we have in here? We have the Magellas in here. These are Magella tanks. They have a 2 attack range, so they're kind of useful. Kinda. They're not actually that useful. But if you're in a pinch, you can clone them fairly easily, so... They exist. Can we move you around this way to attack? We can. Awesome. And we have more Magellas in here. Alright, so... And what else do we have in here? Rumble Rawl and a custom... No, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Oops. So we're gonna go over here. Oh, first off, we're gonna turn the flyer off on this because we don't want that to be a thing. We're gonna have you go here to attack. You're going to go here, and apparently they don't have as good scanning range as I thought they did, but oh well. Okay, so if you don't know, that was Haman and Rumble Roll. They are two characters from the original anime. Despite what people say, they are not married. And you know that because Tomino, the creator of Gundam, makes a giant stink about every time they're mentioned that they're brazen because they're not married. But that is whatever. Like, they live together, that's about it. Yeah. I might translate that, I might not, I haven't decided. Yeah, so we'll have Rumble Rawl and this Gauf Custom go after these guys, hopefully enough firepower to kill them. We're having literally everyone else go after the Zanzibar here to hopefully destroy the Zanzibar. If we can do some pretty good damage to it. We're also going to scan with you and scan with you because you can. I don't know why you can, but you can. Yeah, so this is just a Zanzibar. Has a lot of HP, but that's about it. I think Rumble Rawl can scan, can't he? Yeah. So we scanned all of these guys, so we should have a good chance to hit them. But yeah, everyone else is going to pile on to these guys. Hopefully we can do some damage. Sweet. So whatever unit's in there is going to be dropped, and now they're going to be at half HP. Oh, it's a Zegox. I figured as much. But yeah, so everyone's at half damage already on there, which can be nice. So melee is kind of weird in this game. You can only melee the guy on the top of the stack. So if there's one unit alive, you can only kill the one unit. But if there's three, it's possible you could take all three down in melee. But we did horribly there. And mainly because we didn't hit them with enough damage, but oh well. They're not going after the Gao, are they? Oh, Zanzibar. We're not going to attack back because it's a waste of time. And yeah, we're not going to attack back with Magellans either. So the dodge benefit we get for not attacking them back outweighed any damage we could do. Yeah, so all of these guys are at half HP. So see how there's two Magellans on in the front? Yeah, they can only melee those two. Even though they had 3 units that were attacking, they could only melee those two. Because they could only attack the top unit. We also just lost about a grand total of 750 resources, so don't be sad over the loss of a Magellan. Fuck it. But yeah, so these guys are all at half HP. Like, straight up half. They don't lose energy, weirdly, but that's just the game. So we're going to have everyone attack again. But we're going to have these guys move back a step, have them range. These guys are going to transform. And then they're going to attack. Because on the ground we have a better chance. Or, you know what? No, we're going to give them back their flyers. Because we haven't had them do anything, it should be fine. We're going to have them go attack from a range as well. These guys are actually almost out of energy, so I'm going to move them into the Gao to regain some energy over the turn. And we'll just move them right there. This Zanzibar, I want to keep it a little back if we can. Because I want to pick some people up with it. And no, that's not necessary. So we're going to have Desert Rommel and whoever in this GM Custom. That guy. Or not GM Custom, Gauf Custom. We're going to have them attack so they can get some experience. Because right now, Rommel's at 60 experience, and he's at 40. So they're almost the lowest of the low. And Rommel, so this is the area of effect that Rommel produces. Rommel has 7 charisma, so basically nothing. But he produces some benefit for him just being there. He's a captain, I believe. So he gets some benefit. People like faction leaders get like a whole 5-round radius. So it's useful to have commanders with you. I think, does Rumble Roll have a better one? No, Rumble Roll doesn't have one at all at this level. But yeah, his Charisma's 13, but he's still a lieutenant. So no one gives a shit. Yeah. Some people talk at the beginning of phases, some don't. I'll make fun of them either way. Yeah, so since we have 2 custom units at the front, any damage they take can easily be healed. And they do very good melee generally. So we want to use them if we can. Ah, poo. If we would have killed that front unit, we could have taken out both of them, but oh well. And that melee was about par for the course. I am terrible at melee. It's never going to change. I'm pretty sure that Gaup's going to move and attack the Magellans. We'll then have the Magellans kill him. Oh no, he went and stayed still. Are you attacking the Flyers? Oh no, you're also attacking. They're trying to go for getting Rumble Roll. He's at 80 right now. So, dodge, please. Cool. They don't have the sword, so we don't really have to worry about the heat rod, but, so we can't actually repair the, well, we can repair the Dom, but we can't produce more Doms, because we don't get them for 2 tech levels. So if we would have lost the Dom, it would have been an issue, but, so every battle is 5 phases, and then it goes on to the next turn. We'll deal with that later, but we can bring in reinforcements if we want now, like, say, the Flying Gauf and the Big Zom, even though it's completely unnecessary. This guy, will have him move to there. Weirdly, this point in Iceland connects to this point in Canada. I don't know why, it just does. But we're gonna send them to there and then them to here. Excuse me. We'll send some Gaufs up there in a little bit. Or actually, probably some Gogs to defend Alaska. We're also gonna tell these guys to attack. They have 16 right now, with a possibility of 16. And then over here you have 11. Ooh, you are producing guys as well. But you are producing ground GM commands, so we don't really got to worry about that. And some Saberfishes. Some prototype Gundams? Huh. And some Salamuses. Nothing really to worry about. But we have a big Zom, so yeah. Over here is complete. Oh. So we control the atmosphere. This button allows you to descend. Because you descend on the middle of North America. You move up from either New York or California, but you descend through the middle. It's weird. Yeah, we don't gotta worry about them attacking us for a little while, so that should be there. But anyway, folks, that'll be the end of this episode. If you enjoyed it, you should like it. If you should dislike it. We'll be back next week with some more. Good night.